Hi, I'm Fletcher Rhoden, and my pet peeve for today is people not looking where they're going. Well, Pet Peeves is brought to you by my website, FletcherRhoden.com. That's where you find links such as to my authors page at Amazon.com. That's where you can buy my books in paperback or for Kindle or in audiobook format. There's a link to my Spotify artists page. That's where you can download my music. I have a lot of records. 2024, I had a 4-album set called Quadrilogy. And this year, 2025, I've got a brand new pop album called I'm Possible. Now you can download these at Spotify or wherever you like to download your favorite music. And at my website, there's free music that you can get there exclusively. So enjoy that. Okay, today's pet peeve is, I try to stay away from connecting the people to the peeves. Because I don't believe in people being peeves. That gets a little R card for me. It's the behaviors that I get pissed about. Unfortunately, the behaviors are so inextricably associated with the people who do them. It's hard to be upset with a behavior. You gotta take it to the person who did it. But I try to keep it person independent and behavior specific. So here's my pet peeve, as independent from the person as I can do it. I don't like it when there's no way to do it. I don't like it when people aren't looking where they're going. You know? Look where you're going. I'm a pedestrian. I don't drive. So when I'm a pedestrian and I walk up to an intersection and there's a car and it's going to turn right in front of me, invariably, I mean without fail, this person is in the car at an intersection, they're going to turn right. Here I come, and they're looking this way because they don't want to turn right in the path of any oncoming cars, you see. Invariably, they pull up, they stop, and then they just lock in on what's happening over here. Waiting for that opportunity, now I'm going to go. Never, never, never do they ever check before, sometimes they'll check before they go, before they move their car forward. More often than not, they won't. But they never, never check just in the interim. Just like, okay, there's lots of cars coming here. What's happening on this side of the car? Oh, there's an old lady in a wheelchair. I should be cognizant of this person. Let them know. Or there's a guy standing there staring at me angrily, waiting for me to recognize that he's there so I don't hit him with my car. I should turn my head occasionally to look at both sides before I move my 3,000-pound bomb on wheels, which is capable of going 100 miles an hour and which can crush innumerable human bodies in seconds. Or can blow up and immolate the person inside of it, with any luck. So what happens is the person doesn't look where they're going. And then they look at me and they go, oh, you know? Or I'll actually cross in front of them and they'll turn the stop really fast. And you can see that they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah, look where you're going, okay? You can say I'm so sorry when my foot is suddenly up here and my calf is bent backwards like a wayward knee. Bent forwards, bent wrong ways. Although when it's your femur, there's no right ways to bend it. It's one of the straight going ones, not one of the bendy parts. Imagine if this arm is suddenly bending this way now. Well, sorry to you. But now I can't play guitar anymore, and your insurance company is going to recompense me for that. Look where you're going. Now, it's not only people in cars, from the pedestrian's point of view. In supermarkets, how people turn the corner of the aisle in the supermarket with a big, supermarket grocery cart in front of them. And they're just looking around, turning a corner where someone's coming this way, and they're going to hit you. Because they're not looking where they're going. If I'm looking where I'm going, I'm going to see that that's coming and move out of the way. And the person looking at me, oh, sorry. What are you looking for in those shelves? Your colon? Because that's where your head is. Look where you're going. What about people in bars? In a bar, crowded bar, let's say it's Friday, Saturday night, you're out with one of those things people have, friends. And someone at the bar steps on your foot. They're at the bar and they step back from the bar without turning to see if there's anyone standing behind them, which there certainly is going to be in a crowded bar. They don't care. They just step backward because they're not looking where they're going. These people are so preoccupied with themselves, with what they're doing, with who they're talking to, with whatever they're acting at or reacting to, that they just don't care about other people. What was it like, that moment when you realized that you were the only person on earth? A lot of my pet peeves have to do with rudeness, with people being rude. And that's just rude. If you're going to be in a car, look around you before you move that car. If you're going to be walking in a supermarket, for the love of Pete, don't just whip your thing around a corner, a blind corner. You wouldn't do that with a car. I tell you, man, people don't look where they're going. They do it on the street too, on the sidewalks. People will walk, two people next to each other, taking up the whole sidewalk, walking right toward me. I'm walking toward them. They're not going to move. What am I supposed to do? Jump into the bushes? Jump into traffic? One of you move behind the other. Look, watch where you're going. Be aware of the situation around you. God, it's so selfish and short-sighted. And I get it. People are preoccupied. People have a lot of things on their mind. People generally only care about one person in the world, and that's themselves. They certainly don't care about the other guy on the sidewalk, or the other guy in the supermarket, or the pedestrian on the street. It's the last person they're thinking about. That's why accidents happen. That's why there are insurance companies. Because you're not thinking about what you're doing. You're thinking about who you want to be screwing. You're not thinking about where you're going. You're thinking about who you want to be doing. Come on. Show some awareness. Show some courtesy to other people. It's about courtesy. It's about granting that you're not the only person in the world. If so, write a book about what that moment was like. Pity there's no one here to read it, because you're the only person in the world. Talk about dying with the agony of an untold story in your soul. Watch where you're going. Because if you don't, then that's one of my pet peeves. Is it one of yours? Are you one of those people who walk around and say, well, look, I'm not on the road, I'm in a supermarket. If I bump into you, no big deal. Except if you've got 100 pounds worth of groceries in your cart and the wheel rolls over my toe, then it is a big deal. If it hurts my knee, then it's a big deal. If it knocks a kid over and the kid hits its head on that hard supermarket floor and is injured, then it's a big deal. Maybe you disagree. Fine. Maybe you're like me, and this is one of your pet peeves. Maybe you kind of have done this a few times and you didn't realize until now. Yeah, I really am stepping on some toes there, literally, as well as figuratively. Maybe I should change my ways a little bit. Or maybe you're going to say, you know what? I don't care. I'm not going to look to the right before I make my right turn in my car and check for a pedestrian. I'm not going to look where I'm going. I'm going to walk 3 people in a line down the sidewalk, as is my culture, and you can either walk around me or jump over us or dig a hole under us. But we're not going to stop our unilateral, it's not unilateral because it's more than one person, but as a party that's a unilateral ownership of the sidewalk. And you can just lump it. Maybe that's your point of view. Fine. Maybe people who have pet peeves is your pet peeve. Maybe people who have YouTube shows are your pet peeve. Fair enough. Let me know. Put it in the comment section. I will respond in kind. Be nice to me, I'll be nice to you. You can also tune in, not next Monday, but the week after, for another episode of Pet Peeves right here on this YouTube channel, Monday at noon. Noon is Mountain Central Time, by the way. Because it alternates every other Monday with my other show called Quotes and Quips, which you'll find every other Monday on this YouTube channel, premiering at noon, roughly Mountain Central Time, in the United States. You can also watch the 2024 reruns of Quotes and Quips, they're still up, and the 2023 reruns of Tracking the Lone Wolf. That's my show on its own YouTube channel, Tracking the Lone Wolf. So check that out. Do some likes, some subscribes, those are always free. And check out my music, new album for 2025, I'm Possible, which you can download anywhere all over the internet. Wherever you like to download your favorite music, you can download mine. Tune in to all this fun stuff, watch this show again, and until then, bye, Mary.